Hello everybody, welcome back to the V8 build, and let's get straight into it, shall we? What you're watching at the moment is Pete grinding away excess metal on the gearbox because it is a bloody tight fit in there. So we're going to put the gearbox and the engine in just a moment, but before we do that, we've got to make as much room for our gearbox as possible because we want the engine to sit as high up as possible while still being level. Right, ladies and gentlemen, mid this happening update, because we didn't start filming. Well, we're fouling, but we're twisting this, giving it more angle, and then it will go in. And and we've also taken the subframe off so that we can get this engine and gearbox in together, because it will not fit, because the subframe, the engine mounts don't work with this sump. They just don't go in nicely at all, so we've taken the subframe out.
It's all about the angle of your dangle.
All about the angle of your dangle. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have an engine in the car with the gearbox as well. There you go. Beautiful.
You just get it level.
We're going to get it level, and then we're going to jack the gearbox up. We're going to get it nice and square and level. And then we're going to put the subframe in, I believe.
Maybe.
Potentially.
Potentially.
Right, hello, again.
While David was having his pizza, I did this.
We both had that pizza. We are, from this point to this lip, on both sides, 22.5 centimetres. So we're middle of the engine bay, and we are level with the car, and the engine is level. And we've got a gearbox bolted on the back of this. So, subframe in time, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Way. Watch this. So much boost. Ladies and gentlemen, we currently have the engine quite high up, because what we're going to do is we've got the subframe in, bolted in, where it should be. We're going to put the steering rack on, and then we're going to see how level we can get the engine with the gearbox, which is also being jacked up.
Excuse me, before you finish recording, you showed him a masterpiece I've made.
Oh yes. It's Pete's birthday tomorrow, so I bought him a present of this delightful tool trolley, which is currently got temporary foam in there to
and it has
make it nice.
76 bolts on it.
It's got an enormous number of bolts holding it together. But yeah, that's the plan. We're going to get, this is very high, we're going to put a steering rack on, and then we're going to lower it down and make it level. For some reason, the useless cameraman that is me decided not to film anything to do with the power steering. But what I can tell you about that is that it's going to be depowered, so we're going to depower the rack. Well, and by we I mean Pete, and he's just going to have to use his big strong arms to turn the wheel now. Yeah, but once we did that, it was time for engine mounts, so that's what we're going to next.
What are we doing?
Boom. It's very important, this. So this is what roughly our engine mounts are going to look like, but you've got to pretend that there's like stuff going on.
David's arts and crafts session.
This is properly like exciting stuff. This. Right, I'll show you. So, obviously this is a nice solid triangle. We're going to weld this. Where you see tape, there's probably going to be welds, and as well along this line as well. So I'm going to have one of these, and I'm going to have one on the other side. We've got to have a plate, so it's a bit awkward because the mount sat at the back of the plate that we're bolting to the engine, so we're making longer plates, so it's sat in the middle of the plate, but it's still bolted in the same place. So this is like the back bolt. We'll have another one over here. We'll have this section of mount, we'll have another section of mount over there. This is what's connected to our subframe. Bob is literally my uncle. And that's what it's going to look like, but out of metal rather than foam.
I think people assumed it was going to be made out of metal and not foam. I mean, if you can make it stick with foam, I'll be impressed.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is part of an engine mount, so this is not the third time recording this at all. This is going to sit on a piece of rubber on the subframe. This is going to be bolted to our engine, which is why we've got these 4 holes. So we've got 2 triangles because we cannot get the bolts out of the engine when the mount is like this. So what we have to do is we have to unbolt the 2 sections. Then we can take the bottom half out. Then we're just left with this bolted onto the engine. And then we can take that off. So this is our engine mount solution. It's the best we could think of. That's it. Hello everybody. Now you can see the engine. Hello my lover. Now you can see the engine mount in action. So we've got our nice little rubber bit. Hold on. Zoom out for you. Oh yeah. Right, we've got our nice little rubber bit.
Which is definitely not an ice hockey puck.
Is it?
It is an ice hockey puck.
Which is a nice hockey puck. We've got a lovely little bolt running through it with a nut on the top. And a very, very large square washer. We've got bolts here for 1/2 of our mount. We've got bolt here for another 1/2 of our mount. Obviously we've got the 4 bolts that screw into the engine. And she sits nicely, and if I shake it from there, then we shake the whole car. So,
yeah, we're going to see how bad the vibration is at the end of the VP. No, it's harsh. Oh, no, I don't want to be in a YouTube video. No.
Yeah, you've got to say what you said now.
I'm fucking talking. You turn it off.
Sorry.
I was saying before somebody turned off the recording, we're going to see how bad the vibration is through the car. It's not a daily driver, so it might not be too bad. But yeah, if so, I'll have to sort out something else for a bit more dampening.
It's pretty good, to be fair. I mean, apart from the fact that the mount's not central.
The only thing is you've got that bolt going straight through the rubber, straight into the subframe. There's no kind of dampening on the other side of that bolt. So I don't know how bad the vibration is going to be, but you're trying to put a V8 in an Mx5, space is at a premium, you know what I mean? But we'll see how bad it is. It's terrible, I'll just blame you.
Kind as ever. It's all Pete's fault. Hello ladies and gentlemen, do you like my safety specs? I do. Pete's angle grinding at the moment, so I need to wear a glove because it's fucking hot. We're making the second engine mount, which proves to be more difficult. This is the one with all the steering column and stuff in the way. So this is what we've got so far. It's fucking hot. Pete's grinding back the plate for that goes on the engine because, well, we welded it. Well, Pete welded it, but we welded it, and it would, yeah, the weld was shit. So, but we don't need to do that bolt thing like we did on the first engine mount. So that's good because we can just like walk it off this time, which is nice. So we've welded up the triangle so far, which you can sort of see. There you go. And we're then going to put it back in, pack it with the plate for the engine, and then take it out, weld it up properly, and then we should have 2 engine mounts, and then we can move on to a gearbox mount, and then we should be all mounted, and I don't know what's after that. So next step, mount back in the car, pack it up, and then we will be welding again.
So what did we learn today, David?
I don't know, Pete, what did we learn today?
We learned we need to tighten things up before we start making stuff to fit them, because when they're not tight they move, and then the things you've made don't fucking fit, do they?
Don't know what you're about. Ladies and gentlemen, oh fucking hell, there's a chair there. We have built another engine mount. Oh, yeah, don't want to talk about it. Anyway, that's not important. That means, because we've got 2 bolted in now, Pete is going to lower the engine down. Go on, Pete.
I am honestly shitting kittens here.
We have engine mounts that do a thing, because this is now nice and loose. And we've still got an engine. We've not fallen through the subframe. And it doesn't hit anything. Are you happy?
Mate, I am signalling north. Honestly.
That for everyone on YouTube, Pete's nursing a semi.
Yeah, boy!
Oh,
So
fucking.
it took us, what, 4 months to get it in?
It took far too long to get here. I mean, it's how many times have we come down saying we're going to do engine mounts?
We're half a degree high that side, which...
This is fine because that's.
To be honest with you, I don't even think these are that accurate, but...
And when we measured it in the car, it was half a degree anyway.
The car's a half a degray high. Your driver's side half high. So we are, if we was doing those numbers creatively, 39, 29, we are 0.1 of a degree off true sense, off true level.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah. Engine mounts are in. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, you're on camera, mate.
Sorry.
That's okay. Pete needs a shit. There's a V8 and it's hanging all by itself. There's a jack on the gearbox, but yeah, that's sat on engine mounts that you can't see because I don't have a light. Bear with me.
Professionalism always gets
Oh yeah, the professionalism is unreal. So we've got engine mounts on this side. There you go. So we've got a rubber puck. We've got our nice little weird triangle set up and a really long bolt, which we're going to change, aren't we?
We are going to change. We need to get some more bolts of the right size.
Yeah. So that's that side. And then if we come over to the other side, then we have another engine mount, which is slightly different because we don't have them double triangles with the bolts. We have just... It just worked on this side for some reason. We could bolt it in like this. Just about. It was the biggest pain in the ass you'd ever seen, but yeah. But that's that. So we've got two engine mounts. And we've got an engine. And now we're going to test fit the bonnet. Which I don't think is going to fit. Pete? And Pete thinks it will. So we shall find out. Right. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. You are here with me alone because Pete has run off to take a shit. But we've put... Not sure how securely these are fastened on, but we've got the bonnet back on and we're going to shut it. Mine's a bird shit. And we're going to, it will go on the latch as well. So the V8 fits. I'll give Pete the good news, obviously, when he's back from shitting. So, yeah, but what we've got this cardboard here because, bear with me, I wanted to see what imprint, if we get any, on this cardboard, which it doesn't really look like we do. So, oh, that's fabulous. That is some great news. Yeah, it fits. There is not a lot of room in there. Fucking hell. This is under the bonnet because we've got pop-up holes, then I can just like get my hand in. It's not even latched at the moment. That is not a lot of room. Yeah, let me latch it for you. Just about latches. Obviously this cardboard does add a layer of like thickness, but yeah, it's fucking tight. That is tight. And very exciting. Sideways.
What's that, mate?
It's this bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I reckon if that's gone, we can shut the bonnet.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, we need to get rid of this bit. And then we can shut the bonnet properly. Hello all. Hello Pete.
Hi.
We've got to, well this is what our gear, it looks terrible doesn't it?
It fucking does.
This is part of our gearbox mount.
I just want to say something really quickly. David welded this, and then the last two welds he asked me to do, just so I'd have the welding gear on, and it looks like my complete fuck up. Yeah. It's not. Most of it's David's. Some of it is my fuck up. Most of it's David's though, and I'm wearing the welding gear, so it looks like that. But it looks like shit, but it will hold. It'll be fine.
So Pete did that one, and the rest of mine. So judge it all you want. But yeah, they're not. It's gonna hold, isn't it?
Cares?
It should hold with our gearbox and engine mounts. Then, the other thing that's happened today, if I zoom in, ooh, that pillar drill over there on the workbench. What happened with that piece?
We don't know. The stop button fired off, and let's be honest, it did clear about 4 feet when it went.
Yeah,
It was about 4
it did
foot.
fly across the other side of the desk.
Our pillar drill's bollocks, so we're going to be calling it an early night tonight, I reckon, because we can't actually do anything else until we
Until
have
working
more shit. So the pillar drill's working.
So basically, this goes on the bottom. So there's a hole which lines up in the chassis, or in the body,
Same thing, it's a monocoque, but go on.
on both sides. These go onto the like little rubber mounts that are on the back of the gearbox.
Gearbox bushings.
The gearbox bushings.
No, gearbox mounts. No, it'll be bushing.
The little rubber bits,
Rubber bits.
right? And so, yeah, that's how it works. And then we're going to have some strengthening plates on the inside of the body. We can't lose these either because they were the bits for the rubber bits.
They're just M8 nuts.
So we're going to have strengthening plates because Pete thinks that if we just put the gearbox on that with a bolt, that will go through the body.
Well,
So-
you've got all your weight, basically. You've got all the stress. You've got the weight of the gearbox, some weight of the engine, and then you've got a little washer. Then when the gearbox is under torque, like it's driving, I don't know. So I'm just going to put strengthening plates in and I've done with it.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Yes, we've been welding again, and holes and stuff.
People were complaining as well, I don't know if you'll edit this bit out, but our videos, episode 1 was more funny than episode 3. We didn't do this as a comedy. But
We are very funny though.
it's the problem is more funny stuff that happens is when we're not recording. And then if we were to set the camera up and then record what's happened, what was funny, it's going to look staged.
Or we just can't be bothered to set the camera up, can we?
It's not that. We spent a lot of time talking shit. And if we was to record everything we did, we'd have like 6 hours of just us two taking the piss out of each other.
We'd have a podcast.
It would be a podcast.
We could make a podcast. That would be warmer because we could do it indoors.
So I wouldn't be doing the car then, would we?
But we'd be talking shit.
We're talking shit now. You're wasting the internet.
Right, good waste of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have no jack under the gearbox, a V8 with an Mx5 with no engine crane connected. That V8 is sat on its mount. The gearbox is sat on its mount. We've got lovely, you won't be able to see it because it's dark in there, connecting.
Fucking light again.
The light's over the other side. You just have to suffer. There's a plate in there.
Other than bent phones with torches.
Yeah, but you can't turn the torch on mid-video. Here, come on. No?
Shit yourself on.
Very. It's all right, we'll come around this way. And we'll turn the light on as well. Fanning about with Pete and David. There you go. So we've got a nice little plate in there. It's going to be welded in. And before we weld it in, obviously we're going to clean up a little bit. Yeah, otherwise we have an enormous fire. Good idea. That's it's a right. It's going to be a riot in here. It's going to look like a riot in here. Yes. So that's that. V8 sat on its mount. There's no under the car apart from the bits that hold up the car. So
I'm going to try and tie the mount as well. If David will just pan round, we've got the Skid Nation butterfly brace. I'm going to try and tie the mount somehow into that. I think it's going to overlap. So I just put a bolt. And then I bolt straight through it. A nut to the plate to the frame. Then a nut beneath that on top of the plate. A nut underneath the plate. And like stress the two together. You know what I mean? See how that goes.
very nice.
Very nice.
And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we're going to finish this V8 build today. So we still need a little bit more work on the gearbox mounts. We need strengthening plates. They all needed to be welded in and finished and all that. But we can say that one, we can shut the bonnet on the V8, although it does need a little bit of work. And two, that the V8 and the gearbox sit in the car on their mounts and it all works. So, I mean, isn't that just fantastic? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe and comment.